This podcast was made with a virtual voice. Today, let's board my imaginary boat, heading to share with you the origin of the name of the inhabitants of Normandy, those we call the Normans. The Norman demonym comes from populations called Nortmanni in medieval Latin, that is to say, men of the north. These men of the north refer to the Vikings, these Scandinavian men originating mainly from Denmark and Norway. But why and how did these men of the north give their names to the current inhabitants of Normandy? Well, we have to go back in time to the end of the 8th century, and more precisely between 790 and 800 years after Jesus Christ. At this time, France, at the time called Gaul, was the subject of Viking raids and attacks on its coasts, and in particular on the Normandy coasts. It is thanks to their fast and strong boats, the longships, that the Vikings reached the French coasts and even Paris, taking the opportunity each time to pillage monastic treasures and burn down towns and villages. Despite important fortifications and certain resistance from the French army, the king at the time, Charles III, known as Charles the Simple, had to resolve to conclude a peace treaty in 911 with the Viking leader Rollo. It is in the village of Saint-Clair-sur-Epte that the King of France will offer Rollo the territory of current Normandy in exchange for stopping the pillaging and protecting the Kingdom of France against new Viking attacks. This is how Rollo and his friends settled in Normandy, and it was from that moment that the Norman gentility was born.